Every coach has a toolbox, and every tool is from another coach.
Camaraderie, be able to hang out with each other and be together.
Takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Led by a future Badger.
I'm very excited for this kid because he is brilliant.
What an absolute javelin toss.
He's going to throw a jump pass and complete it for the 2-point conversion to Hawk.
I mean, we can see a lot of offense.
Put the exclamation point on it.
At the buzzer.
Wow.
It's good.
Oh, my goodness.
Do your best.
Thank you so much for all you guys do for high school sports.
Guys, I got goosebumps.
That's all anybody can ask for.
The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
In this one, as it will be the Sun Prairie West Wolves kicking off to the Deforest Norskies. They'll be kicking from left to right on your radio dials, again in their powder blue home uniforms with white numbers, dark blue pants, and dark blue helmets to the Norskies of Deforest. And it is an end-over-end kick right down the middle. Morrison has it at his own 5, the 10, 15, 20. Breaks the tackle at the 22. Angles over to his right, 25, 30. He's trying to run away from defenders. 40, midfield, has blockers at the 40, 35, 30. Has one man to beat. Stiff arm at the 20, and he's brought down at the 20. A huge return to open things up for Carter Morrison of the Deforest Norskies, taking it all the way down to the 20 of Sun Prairie West.
That was a touchdown-saving tackle. Jacob Holland, a senior wide receiver defensive back, the only man to beat, and he just threw him off. Tried with a stiff arm, but just couldn't get past him. But we started on the 7, I believe, where we took the kickoff. So that would be a 73-yard kickoff. What did we have last week to open it? We had a touchdown. Almost 2 weeks in a row, but not quite.
1st and 10 at the Sun Prairie 20 for Deforest. Max Mitchell is in at quarterback. He'll have trips bunched to his right. Carter, the lone running back, directly behind him. Grundle comes into motion from the right side over to the left. Low snap, handoff to Carter to the left side. Carter breaks a tackle at the line and is spun down to the 16. Pickup of 4 on first down.
Get to call his name right away. Ian Ackley with the tackle there. I'm going to be calling his name an awful lot tonight.
Yeah, Ian Ackley, the great middle linebacker for this Sun Prairie West defense, the 6'1", 215-pound senior linebacker and running back for Sun Prairie West. Second down and 6 after the pickup of 4. Deuces to the right for Mitchell. Single receiver to the left. Carter to behind him. Powers comes into motion from the left side over to the right. High snap. Carter gets the handoff. Carter is hit at the line and brought down for a pickup of 2. Makes it a 3rd down and 3, so they'll give him 3 yards on second down. So a big 3rd down coming up for this defense of Sun Prairie West early on.
And that was another tackle by Ackley, caught him from behind, pulled him down.
3rd down and 3. Mitchell will be in the pistol again, receiver to each side of the formation. Now he brings his tight ends into motion from the left side over to the right. Chest high snap, handoff again to Carter up the middle. Carter's met by Ackley. He's only going to pick up 2. So an early 4th down, and they'll move it back a yard, so picks up a yard. 4th down and 2. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. The offense of Deforest is going to stay out there. They want to try and get a touchdown. They don't want to settle for a field goal early after that huge kickoff return gave them great field position. Mitchell in the pistol, receiver to each side of the formation. Brings his tight ends into motion again from the right side over to the left. Chin high snap, fires quickly to the right side. He's got a completion to Glenn. Glenn has enough for the first down inside the 10. Makes it a 1st and goal at the 9 now.
Antonio Jackson there with the tackle. And Mitchell just, 2-step drop back, boom. We knew right where we wanted to go.
It was an easy hitch route to Glenn, who is split out wide to the right on a 1st and goal. Deuces to the left. High snap. Mitchell has to knock it down. Now it's on the ground, and he just falls on it. So a high snap, loses a couple of yards. They'll back up the Norskies back to the 18. Actually, the 17. So 2nd and goal at the 17 now. With 9 minutes to go in the first quarter.
We had a few of those. I think we had 3 bad snaps last week in the Sauk Prairie MG game. I'll put you behind the chains awful quick.
2nd down and goal. That time it was a quick snap. Handoff over to the right to Carter. Carter turns upfield inside the 10 and brought down close to where the original line of scrimmage was. And they'll give him a few more after that. So it's 3rd and goal at the 7. And I'm going to guess if you go for it on that 4th down on the previous 4th down, this is 2-down territory if you're Deforest here with a 3rd and goal at the 7.
They picked up 10 in that one. Carter's having a pretty good finish here. He's averaging 5.4 yards a carry, and right now he's the go-to guy. That was his 4th carry of this drive.
And Carter goes to the bench, bringing in Kirchberg now at running back. Mitchell's in the gun, receiver to each side of the formation. Chest high snap, play action. Looking over to the right, he's got a completion. Grundle into the end zone. Touchdown, Norskies. 8:01 in the first quarter, and it's a 7-yard touchdown pass from Max Mitchell to his fullback, Tucker Grundle.
7th touchdown catch of the year for Grundle, his 36th reception. As a fullback, he had no rushes coming in. It was all all receptions.
Deforest will just attempt the extra point.
Should be 26. Ugaldi should be the kicker, and it is.
It is. Ugaldi on for the extra point. The snap is down. End over end kick is good. 7-0 our score. 8:01 to go in the first quarter here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Dennis, I got to tell you about my favorite restaurant in the Madison area, Pasquale's Cantina. You can go there before or after the game. Pasquale's Cantina is the perfect spot for authentic Southwest flavors right here in the Madison area. Whether it's to fulfill your craving for red chilies or their famous chips and fresh guacamole or those blue corn tortilla tacos. Pasquale's is the place to enjoy time with friends and family. Visit one of their locations in Middleton or Verona today, or check out the menu and their food online at pasqualescantina.com. bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest, Pasquale's Cantina. So 8:01 to go, and DeForest is already up 7-0 here, Dennis. It was all set up by that huge kick return of 73 yards.
Yeah, it was just a 3-minute, 43-second drive, but it was only 20 yards. You talk about Sun Prairie West coming in, trying to run clock. Well, DeForest took a lot of time off that clock on that drive, and then Grundle with the touchdown reception. And for Max Mitchell, that's a touchdown pass number 17 to 6 interceptions. And he's over 1,400 yards on the season, so good start here for the Norskies.
Ugaldi's kickoff now, end over end. Wilson gets it at his own 12 up the middle. Now angles over to the left side at the 20. He's hit by a defender and ripped down at the 23. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 23 for the Wolves of Sun Prairie West, and they're led by their quarterback, Brady Rhodes, the 6'5", 215-pound senior quarterback. He's got 642 yards through the air on the season, 6 touchdowns, has turned the ball over 4 times, but he's also ran it for 88 yards and picked up a touchdown on the ground. And this is going to be a run-heavy offense out of the wing tee for the Wolves, as Rhodes will be under center, 1st and 10, going from left to right. Brings his back into motion, and he's going to hand it off here on 1st down, trying to get upfield. That's Wilson. Wilson gets to the 25 and is ripped out of bounds and then knocked down while he's out of bounds. No flags fly, though. Few of the Sun Prairie fans wanted a flag there, and it was close, but they don't give it to him. A pickup of 1 after that handoff to Daniel Wilson Jr., the senior running back.
Yeah, Carter Morrison came up from the his cornerback spot to be part of the gang tackle on that play.
Rhodes will be in the pistol on 2nd down and 90 as Wilson flanking him to the right. Handoff to Asaba up the middle. Asaba dances around and then is brought down at the 30. Pickup of 4 for a 3rd down and 4 now.
Yeah, no Ackley on offense. He started out the year going both ways right now. He's focusing more on defense, but he'll get his reps here tonight.
Rhodes in the pistol has 2 receivers to the left. They'll throw over to the left to Wilson. Wilson trying to cut upfield. He's brought down past the 1st down marker across the 35 at the 36. And that was Kirchberg on the tackle for DeForest. If Kirchberg doesn't make that tackle, I think Wilson's into the end zone.
He's going a long way.
That's senior running back. He scored a 49-yard touchdown last week in the 14-7 win over Beaver Dam. He's their big play threat. 1st and 10 at the 36, going left to right. Rhodes in the pistol, claps his hands it off to Wilson to the right side. Wanted to cut upfield. Now he hesitates, finally turns up, and is ripped down at the 40 by a pair of defenders for the Norskies. There on the stop, the middle linebacker, Owen Veck.
And number 15, again, Morrison in on the play. He's going to be making a lot of tackles. One of the leaders in the state last year with 8 interceptions. Not as many this season, but they did not provide any defensive stats. So we'll kind of figuring he's got a few.
Rhodes to throw on 2nd down, fires it deep over the middle of the field. Incomplete over the head of Caden Updike, and that's hard to overthrow him at 6'2", the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, split the defenders right there. He had a step. That could have gone a long way. That would have been a 64-yarder, but instead incomplete.
3rd down and 7 after the incompletion. Line of scrimmage on their own 39 for Sun Prairie West. Ball spotted on the near hash mark. The offense checking their wristbands to get their play call as they have hand signals and some boards with some different pictures on them on their near sideline. Rhodes in the pistol. Rolls out to the left to throw here on 3rd down, and he had 3 receivers in the area, but it's incomplete as he had pressure coming in his face. 4th down and 7 with 6:11 to go in the 1st quarter, and the punting unit, it looks like, is going to be coming out for the Wolves of Sun Prairie West.
Yeah, Carson Manthe with the quarterback hurry on the play. He was right in the grill there. Nowhere to go for Rhodes. He had to throw it a little bit earlier than he wanted to.
Rhodes will stay on to be the punter on 4th down. Morrison back to return for Deforest. It's a side-spinning punt from Rhodes that bounces at the 25, takes a Sun Prairie West hop, and is touchdown at the 20. So the Deforest Norskies, they're going to start their drives on both of the 20s to begin. Their first drive, they started at the 20 of Sun Prairie West. This time they start at their own 20, and instead of only needing to go 20 yards, they're going to have to try and go 80 yards to get another touchdown as they lead 7-0 with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter.
It's a 41-yard punt. Flip the field, and now make the Norskies have to go a long way for that second score.
Mitchell in the pistol has a receiver to each side of the formation. Carter is back in at running back. Handoff to Carter to the left, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage and ripped down by a pair of defenders. And guess who, Dennis?
Yep.
Ian
and
Ackley.
Right, of course, right there, along with 56, Corbin Smith, another linebacker.
Ian Ackley, 77 tackles coming into tonight, 16 tackles for a loss. 2nd and 10, no gain on first down for the Norskies. Mitchell in the pistol, waist-high snap, throws quickly to the near side to Glenn. Glenn stiff arms a defender at the 30, and then met by a pair of Wolves at the 32. Gets about 11. They haven't quite, and now they will move the chains for the first down. They were hesitating on that far sideline if they wanted to give the Norskies the first down, but they do. It's 1st and 10 at the 33.
Glenn with an aggressive stiff arm. He did not want to go down easy.
1st and 10 after that completion to Glenn. Carter to the right side, spins off of one tackle in the backfield, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a yard, though. Pickup of 1 on first down, 2nd down and 9 now, 5:10 remaining in the first quarter. The Norskies of Deforest leading 7-0 here at Sun Prairie West, and it is homecoming for the Wolves of Sun Prairie West. And they actually gave him an extra yard, 2nd down and 8. Mitchell in the pistol, 2 receivers to the left of the formation going from right to left. Sprint out to the right, completion to Grundall in the right sideline, and he's hit hard out of bounds. Pickup of about 4 on 2nd down. So that quick sprint out by Mitchell, and he hits he's listed as a fullback, Dennis, but he's really lining up like he's a tight end, H-back.
Yeah.
He lines up on the line. He's rarely ever actually in the backfield. 3rd down and 6. 2 receivers to each side. Mitchell looking to throw, fires over the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of a defender. That was Nolan Rustler, the sophomore weak side linebacker, nearly had an interception, but that went through his hands. Incomplete. 4th and 6. 4:10 to go in the first quarter, and the punting unit for the Norskies heads out onto the field with Max Aker, the senior punter, back to kick. And there is no one back to return for Sun Prairie West. And it's a low snap. Aker having to try and pick it up. He's chased down by Ackley. It's a fumble on the field, and it is scooped up by the Wolves of Sun Prairie West.
66 looks like came out of the pile. Jackson Johnson, defensive lineman.
And Ian Ackley, the one making the play after that dropped snap. Sun Prairie West getting a huge play on special teams. And you said, Dennis, one of their keys to the game for Sun Prairie West is win the field position battle. And it looked a little sketchy at the start of the game, but now they get a huge play on special teams to give themselves great starting field possession. 1st and 10 at the 25. Rhodes in the pistol, 2 running backs in his backfield. Wilson comes into the motion, quick slant to the near side, incomplete. Caden Updike, the intended receiver. But there on the coverage, Carter Morrison. And I don't know if that's the defensive back you want to be picking on if you're the Sun Prairie West Wolves.
I was going to say Coach Josh O'Connor, head coach, defensive coordinator, got to be proud of his defensive unit. One, forcing a punt and then being able to capitalize on the fumble and setting up the offense here. Great position to tie this game up.
2nd down and 10. Handoff up the middle to Asibi. Asaba, excuse me.
Yep.
Isaac Asaba, the senior running back, picks up about 2. 3rd down and 8 now. The Wolves trailing the Norskies 7-0. 3:40 remaining in the first quarter. Sun Prairie West looking over to their right sideline or the near side to get their play call from the coaches. Line of scrimmage is at the 24, going from left to right. Rhodes licks his fingers, then claps his hands, gets the chest high snap, play action, rolls out to the right, pump fakes, he's got pressure coming, dancing around, just throws it up the field, and that'll be incomplete. He had a receiver in the area. Ryan Swanson was there diving for the ball, but it went through his hands and bounced off of the turf. It's 4th down and 9 now. The offense staying out there. You're in that kind of weird spot if you're Sun Prairie West, where
they have a good field goal kicker. Paul Franks is 6 of 9 on field goals. He had a 43-yarder in the opening game against East. All of his misses have been from 40 yards and out. So, but
he's going to stay on the sideline. 4 receiver set. We have a whistle now. Timeout, Sun Prairie West. So the head coach Josh O'Connor saw what the offense or the defense of Deforest went with and decided to change things up. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout with 3:13 to go here in the first quarter. Deforest leads Sun Prairie West 7-0 here on ESPN Madison.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Looking to throw, fires over the middle of the field, ball is batted in the air, and incomplete. Derek Klein, the junior strong safety for the Norskies, batting that ball away and forces a turnover on downs with 3:09 remaining in the first quarter. A big stop for the defense of Deforest.
That hurts for the Wolves. You got great field position, 25. That would have been a 41-yard field goal attempt. Might be pushing it tonight with the wind and the cold weather. So wanted to tie it up, but unfortunately now they got to go back on D.
Mitchell on first down, sprint out to his left, looking up the field, wants to throw. Now he's just going to run, gets across the line of scrimmage, and then slides down, and a couple of defenders fell on top of him, though, and some flags fly. And I think they're unfortunately going to get the late hit here. And it's going to be called that, but it really wasn't a hit, more of a I'm falling forward on top of you as you slid down. But nonetheless, they're going to move the ball the way of Deforest.
Yeah, in high school, it's not the pros where you can slide and get back up if nobody touches you. Here, once you hit the turf, you're down. So, you see the guy go start to slide. Everybody's got to yell fire. Everybody's got to get out of there.
Well, and two, it was the quarterback, Max Mitchell, sliding down there, and at every level of football, from the pros all the way down.
They protect the quarterback.
Yeah, they want to protect the quarterbacks and make sure that they're not getting hit by a big linebacker, especially one as big as Ian Ackley, who's there chasing him down. After the penalty, line of scrimmage at the 42, ball's on the near hash mark, high snap, quick throw over to the right side to Grundle. Grundle across midfield, he's at the 40, 35, 30, drug down from behind, inside the 30, all the way down to the 27 of Sun Prairie West. Tucker Grundahl making his presence known on offense. He had the touchdown early in the first quarter, and now that big reception to move the ball down the field.
31 yards on that completion. The touchdown was for 7. That's his second, it was his third catch. He had a 3-yarder on the previous drive. So utilizing him very well in the offense tonight.
1st and 10 at the 27 now. 2:20 remaining in the first quarter. Trips to the left for Mitchell. He brings Carter into motion. He's going to fire a swing pass to Carter, and it goes through his hands. Incomplete. They had blockers there, did the Norskies, but Carter just couldn't quite get his hands completely secured around that ball.
Took his eyes. I think he was looking to see who's going to come up with a hit. And I don't blame him. You know, you're kind of out in space there, no man's land, and you can get popped pretty good. So sometimes, you know, you just got to let it go, I guess.
Well, and especially when you're a running back like Carter, you've been hit a number of times by Ian Ackley, and you start wondering where he is on every play. The Norskies stay with that 3-receiver set. Mitchell quickly up the middle to Grundahl. Grundahl lowers his shoulder into the safeties inside the 10 and down at the 8. Tucker Grundahl, the fullback, but really is playing tight end. Up the seam, gets the first down. It's a 1st and goal at the 8. Quickly back to the line are the Norskies. 2 receivers to the left. Carter, the running back, gets the handoff up the middle, spinning inside the 5 and brought down by Ian Ackley again. He's down at the 4 of the Wolves. We're inside 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Deforest trying to make this a 2-touchdown game before the first quarter ends as Mitchell brings the play in from the sideline. 2nd and goal at the 5. Receiver to each side of the formation. Mitchell, chin high snap, hands it off to Carter. Carter to the right side. He's at the goal line and in. Touchdown, Norskies. An 8-yard touchdown run with 1:28 to go in the first quarter. Jalen Carter scoring the touchdown for the Norskies.
That was a 4-yarder.
Excuse me, a 4-yard touchdown. I looked up at the video board here at Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium, and it was still saying the 8-yard line. And
he's gotten 4 in the previous play, though. They had changed. That's where they changed it a little bit late on us.
And I even said the 4-yard line, and for whatever reason, I just looked up, saw that, and just read it off. The extra point is up and good. 14-0 our score. Deforest leading in the first quarter over the Sun Prairie West Wolves. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff and the remainder here of the first quarter here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that.
1:28 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 our score. It looked like the Wolves of Sun Prairie West were going to be able to match that early touchdown after they fell on a fumbled snap by the Norskies, but couldn't do anything with it, turned it over on downs, and then the Norskies of Deforest marched down the field, really behind the fullback Tucker Grundahl on a number of big receptions.
6 plays, 76 yards, 141 off the clock on that drive.
And the kickoff, end over end. Jackson takes it at his own 12, angles over to the middle of the field. He is hit at the 18 and brought down. A 6-yard return for Antonio Jackson, the sophomore wide receiver, as the rain begins to fall here at Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium at Ashley Field. And Dennis, we almost talked about for our video stream that you can watch for free on YouTube, we talked about having primetime Ryan Wollersheim outside of the press box tonight as he's running the video, and I think he's pretty glad that we didn't go with that as he shakes his head yes. Instead, he's covered in this beautiful press box here. We've got the heaters on, and we're nice and dry.
And the window's open.
Yes, the window's open still, though. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage at the 19. Rhodes gets a chest-high snap. He hands it off over to the left side. And that's Ian Ackley getting his first carry of the game. We've seen him all over the field on defense. And you said the coaching staff, Josh O'Connor, the head coach, and the rest of his coaching staff for Sun Prairie West wanted to try and have him focusing more on that defensive side. But he finally gets going on offense.
Well, he started out trending for like 50 tackles. He had tackles in the first 3 plays. So he's a beast on that side of the ball.
Rhodes hands it off on first down to his running back, who maybe picks up a yard.
And was that?
I believe that was a Saba on the carry. Picked up a yard. Third down and 4. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. DeForest leading 14-0. I think we're going to get maybe one more play here from the Wolves with 20 seconds to go. It's going to be a 4-receiver set on third down, 2 to each side of the formation. DeForest showing blitz. Rhodes, chest-high snap. Blitz comes, fires quickly to the far side. He's got Updike at the sideline. He's out of bounds across the 30, close to the 35. Has enough for the first down. Caden Updike, the senior receiver, moves the chains for the Wolves with 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Updike coming in and averaging 10 yards a catch, 23 catches. His first one of the night. Timely.
First and 10, Sun Prairie West. Ball is on their own 35 on the far hash mark. Rhodes in the pistol. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. The Saba, the running back, 1 yard behind him. Rhodes licks his right hand and then wipes it off on his thigh. Blitz coming, and he is brought down for a huge loss on the play, all the way back to his own 20 as that closes the first quarter of action with a big sack from the DeForest defense. So as the teams switch sides of the field, actually there's a conversation happening with the refs, so we're going to keep it right here for a second. They are going to switch sides of the field, so we will take a break. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
14-0 our score as we get set for the second quarter here at Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium at Ashley Field. I'm Hunter Vaughn. Here alongside me is the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Sumrau.
That was Kyle Herr, number 6, senior linebacker with that sack. -9. Wow. Switch behind the chains.
Second and 19 now. And they try to quick screen do the Wolves on second down. That is incomplete. Wanted to try and get it to Ryan Swanson, the senior wide receiver, but there was just a swarm, a horde of Norskies. Dennis Sumrau.
A horde. True. It sounded really good. We were talking earlier about hits and physical presence on the field with Ackley. You got to know where he is. Dick Butkus passed away yesterday, 80, longtime Bear. You knew it. He wanted people to know when you got hit, you knew it was Butkus making that hit. That Ackley's got a little bit of Butkus in him.
3rd and 19. Quick pass to Asaba on the right side. He makes one man miss. He's back to the original line of scrimmage and then hit hard and brought down at the 38. So able to at least get back into about where the original line of scrimmage would, a few yards past it, to make this 4th down a little bit more manageable, but the punting unit will come out for the Wolves as it's a 4th down and 7. Gain of 12 as we're about 30 seconds into the second quarter. A high snap. Rhodes able to get this one off, though. Morrison back to return. Ball's going to bounce at the 35, the 30, and out of bounds at the 29 of the Deforest Norskies, and that's where they'll start with the ball as they lead 14-0 here in the second quarter.
Sun Prairie West needs a 3-and-out here. Deforest has scored on 2 of their 3 possessions. Their second possession, they just lost on a fumble on a punt. But no harm, no foul in that case. Sun Prairie West not able to capitalize. And they've only scored 1 touchdown in 2 previous meetings last year, regular season and playoffs. I'd like to get on the board here in the second quarter.
And there's a little bit of confusion going on here before this first down play for the Norskies. They have players shifting around in the backfield. Now they're ready to go. 1st and 10 on their own 29, going left to right. Mitchell in the pistol, brings Grundall into motion from the left side to the right. High snap, handoff to Carter or to the right. Carter is hit by Ackley at the line of scrimmage and spun down for a pickup of 1 to the 30. Ian Ackley, again, just all over the field. At his size, at 6'1", 215 pounds, and how quickly he moves. You know, honestly, Dennis, I think after Trey Poteet of Verona, I think Ian Ackley is the best defender that you and I have seen all season.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty good ones this year, but he goes sideline to sideline. Obviously looking to play football. Uncle is the head coach and AD, Paul Ackley, over at McFarland.
2nd down and 9. Carter starts to the left and then cuts it back to the right. He's across the 35 and brought down at the 38. He's slow to get up, and he's going to head over to the sideline. The trainers didn't have to come out to help him. He's able to get off on his own power, but Cullen Kirchberg, the junior running back, number 22, will come in so the trainers can take a look at Carter. That was an 8-yard run, makes it 3rd down and 1.
Had some good plays in there throughout it, but looking for Grundle here. He's been their big play guy out of the backfield.
Mitchell has to jump up for the snap. He'll take it to the right side, being chased, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. And, of course, it was Ackley there first, the linebacker for Sun Prairie West, before he was followed up by a pack of Wolves.
Oliver Polk was also in there, number 3. But, yep, the pack, and good stop. No gain.
No gain, and the punting unit will come out. It's 4th down and 1, 9:15 to go in the first half. DeForest leads 14-0, but it's a 4th down and 1. I'm a little surprised the punting unit's going to come out here. And the punt is away, end over end kick. Fair catch called for at his own 28, as that was Antonio Jackson back to field that punt.
34 yards on that kick, no return.
So, Dennis, 9 minutes to go in the first half. The Wolves have had some good moments on offense. They just haven't been able to string together consistent good moments. You know, what's the message now as you trail 2 touchdowns, 9 minutes to go in the first half?
I still want to stick with their wing tee. Still want to, just can't make mistakes. I mean, so one thing, young team, it's the first year they've been running this particular offense, but we're 8 games in. So I'm sure Coach O'Connor's not too happy about the inconsistencies right now.
1st and 10 at their own 28. Push pass forward up ahead to Wilson to the right side. Wilson cuts upfield. He's across the 30 and hit out of bounds at the 32. There's Carter Morris in the corner on that left side with the tackle.
Again.
Going to hear two names a lot when we talk about the defenses. For DeForest, it's going to be Carter Morrison. Last year had 8 interceptions, among the leaders in the entire state. 3 of those he took back for touchdowns. And then, of course, Ian Ackley for Sun Prairie West. Pickup of 5 on first down, 2nd and 5. Rhodes hands it off to Ackley. Ackley trying to get upfield to the near side, and he is just run out of bounds, maybe picked up 2 yards on 2nd down.
This has been their quarter. Sun Prairie West has been outscored 56-10 in the first quarter, but they've outscored opponents 71-26 in the second. So this is one where you want to get back in this game. I mean, DeForest had the opening kickoff, so Sun Prairie West will get the second half kickoff. You'd just like to get some points up here before halftime, maybe so you can make that first possession an equalizer.
Competent comes in at running back for Sun Prairie West. It's a high snap over the head of Rhodes. He just has to slide down. That's going to send him all the way back to the original line of scrimmage, actually even further back than that. Back to the 26. Makes it 4th down and 12, and Rhodes is going to have to punt.
2 steps forward, 1 step backward, and boom, now you got to punt.
Dennis, your second key to success for the Sun Prairie West Wolves, limit the mistakes, and so far they really haven't been able to do that with some bad snaps.
Bad snaps, another sack in there, just disrupted another drive before that.
Rhodes has pressure in his face as he gets the punt away, bounces at the 49 of DeForest, takes a Wolves hop, and is touchdown at the 41 of DeForest. So some good starting field position after that punt for the Deforest Norskies. And we have to say congratulations to the Monroe football team, who's our September game changer of the month. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda would like to recognize the Monroe football team for their hard work in the community and their donations to Justice for a Cure. We're celebrating the best high school sports stories in the area with game changers of the month. Mitchell is going to hand off to Carter up the middle, and he dances around, picks up about 2 on first down on that run up the middle to Carter. And Dennis, if you or anybody else listening or watching on our ESPN Madison YouTube video stream knows of a team you'd like to have recognized by ESPN Madison, nominate them at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com. That's ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com. 2nd down and 8 after the pickup of 2. Quick screen to the near side to Powers. Powers tries to break a tackle. He's spun down, apparently stayed on his feet. I thought his knee went down, but he was able to pick up an extra 3 or 4 yards. Spinning away from a tackle was Nolan Powers, the senior wide receiver.
Good second effort on the play there. And now that makes manageable 3rd down. 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3 for the Norskies.
Hey, the award for Monroe. They've won 5 in a row since an 0-2 start.
3rd and 3, Mitchell in the pistol, receiver to each side of the formation. Handoff to Carter. He's got running room up the middle, has enough for the first down, and is stopped at the Sun Prairie West 48. So a new set of downs for the Norskies of DeForest.
Nolan Russler with the tackle in that play. His parents, presidents of the Touchdown Club here in town, so very big boosters.
You're so well connected, Dennis, to know all of these. It always amazes me how many you just know, that family, they do this and that.
He's also a member of the Leadership Council.
Carter gets the handoff on first down. And he gets to the 45, pickup of 3 on first down for Carter. We've seen a heavy dose of Jalen Carter, the senior running back for DeForest. He went down with an injury. We weren't sure if we were going to see him, but he came back out on the very next drive here. And Now he heads to the bench, so Kirchberg comes in, 2nd down and 7. Kirchberg into motion to the right, pump fakes to Kirchberg, fires deep down the field. He's got a man open, Powers at the 5, diving down, and they'll mark him down at the 4-yard line. A huge play to the senior wide receiver, Nolan Powers, and it's a 1st and goal at the 4 for the Norskies.
Not quite in stride. It was a little too far. He had to go dive for that one. Otherwise, that would have been 6.
After the big play to Nolan Powers from Max Mitchell.
So first
and goal at the 4. 5:15 remaining in the first half. DeForest trying to make it a 3-score lead, leading 14-0 on Sun Prairie West.
Another big pass play, 41 yards on that completion, the longest one of the longest play, other than the kickoff return tonight.
Powers, the single receiver to the right. Glenn, lone receiver to the left. Mitchell in the pistol. Hands off to Carter up the middle. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, spun down, and they'll mark him down at the 2. Pickup of 2 on 1st and goal.
Yeah, ran into Corbin Smith, number 56, 230-pound linebacker, and it was like hitting a brick wall, but still bounced and was able to pick up a couple yards.
2nd and goal now. 1 receiver to the right and Glenn. Nobody over to the left. Carter again gets the handoff. He's met in the backfield, tries to get away from the defenders. He can't, though, and loses yards on the play. All the way back to the 6. Loss of 4 after that handoff to Carter.
Was that 24, I think, was in there, Kapanen? Or was it 26?
I'm pretty sure there was about 6 defenders, Dennis, so I'm going to be honest. I have no clue who was there on the stop for Sun Prairie West.
Ibrahim Conte, I know number 5 got him. Then there's another hit from the backside. Sun Prairie defense hanging tough here.
Glenn, the receiver, split out wide to the left. Powers slot left. Mitchell in the pistol on 3rd and goal from the 6. Mitchell looks to throw to the left. Dancing around, rolls to his left, still looking, fires back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He wanted his tight end, Jackson Accardi, but that pass was over his head, and that's tough to do for a 6'7" tight end, but somehow Max Mitchell was able to throw it over his head. Incomplete, 3:30 to go in the first half, and we have a 4th and goal at the 6, and it looks like the field goal unit for DeForest will come out onto the field.
Yeah, first time we've called Cardi's name tonight. He's got 18 catches. Big play. Receiver averaging 19 yards a catch, but not able to hook up there. So we're ball marked at the 6. Should be a 23-yard attempt.
Yep, and that's where the holder for the Norskies will set up. Ugaldi on for the field goal. He's 1 for 1 on the year on field goal attempts. Ball is down. End over end kick stays to the right.
Good.
No good on the field goal attempt for Kyle Ugaldi from 23 yards out. So we stay at 14-0, our score here in the first quarter with 3:25 to go. In Sun Prairie West, they're getting some breaks here. It's only a 2-touchdown game, but they've got to try and get a touchdown here before the end of the half with 3:25 to go, trailing 14-0.
Yeah, defense is hanging in there. I mean, you had that big kickoff return, which set up the first touchdown for DeForest, but then a fumble recovery, now a goal line stand here. Offense has got to put something on the board.
Rhodes in the pistol, has a receiver to his left. Hands it off up the middle to his 6-foot senior running back, Isaac Asaba. And he's able to get up to the 26. Pickup of 6 on first down for Asaba. 2nd down and 4 now. Line of scrimmage at the 26. Ball spotted close to the left hash mark. Going from right to left are the Sun Prairie West Wolves. Lone receiver to the right now. Rhodes in the pistol. Fakes the handoff and then gives it off to Asaba up the middle again. He faked it to his running back that was coming into motion from the right side to the left. And that'll be enough for a first down for the Wolves. So we're down to 2:40 now to go in the first half. Ian Ackley checks in. Dennis, I'll give you another one. Go ahead.
Here the Wolves. No.
Okay, only big plays?
We're saving it for a big one.
Okay, we'll save the Howls for a big play. Rhodes in the pistol, 4 receivers looking to throw, wants the wheel route to Asaba. He gets over the top of his defender for the completion. It's going to be a pickup of 7. That was a great catch from Isaac Asaba, the senior running back, picking up 7. We're inside 2 minutes now. Quickly back to the line is the offense for Sun Prairie West. Rhodes in the pistol. He's got his heels on his own 35. Rhodes looking to throw, rolls to his right, pressure coming, throws it deep down the field. He's got his man Swanson on the sideline, and he slides out of bounds across midfield at the 48. Ryan Swanson, the 6'3 senior wide receiver, runs a perfect corner route and gets the first down and out of bounds for the Wolves. And I'll actually say his knee went down inbounds, so the clock keeps running now as the chains are set. 1:30 to go in the first half. Rhodes in the pistol, 2 receivers to each side. He wants to throw again. Rhodes looking, pressure coming, jumps up and tries to throw it while he's in the air, and it's incomplete, but there's a flag for a late hit on the quarterback, so I think we're going to have another first down for the Wolves of Sun Prairie West.
Yeah, nice attempt at the jump pass there, but falls incomplete. But we'll see what happens. It is a roughing the passer.
That personal foul, roughing the passer. So we'll move the ball up 15 yards. The official marking off the yardage. The Wolves of Sun Prairie West, this is probably the most positive plays we've seen them string together in this first half offensively. As after the penalty, they have a 1st and 10 at the 33 of Deforest, trailing 14-0. 1:23 to go in the first half. Rhodes again out of the pistol. He's got 2 receivers to his left, a running back directly behind him, chest high snap, looks to throw deep down the field for Updike. Updike has it at the 5, stumbles down. And they'll mark him down, actually moving it back to the 6, but it's a 1st and goal, Wolves.
Parker Regala with a tackle there, kept him out of the end zone, but 1st and goal, the best drive of the game here for the Wolves.
The sticks are set, so we're down to 1 minute to go in the first half for Rhodes and the Sun Prairie West offense. The rain continues to fall here at Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium at Ashley Field. Now we have some whistles, and it looks like this will be a timeout for Sun Prairie West. So that's their second timeout with 56 seconds to go here in the first half. We're going to keep it right here, and the GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB Academy wants to be a part of your plan to reach your potential. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility, 14 batting cages, and 6,000 square foot weight room. Personal lessons are available year-round with over 300 college players and over 150 D1 players. GRB led the way in the Midwest for college recruitment and player development. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. Following the timeout, 56 seconds to go. Again, Sun Prairie West trails Deforest 14-0. We have 56 seconds remaining in the first half. Now the official is having a conversation with Sun Prairie West's head coach, Josh O'Connor, and he's looking up to the scoreboard now because they're still showing that there's 2 timeouts remaining for the Wolves. So I think there's just a conversation making sure that everybody's on the same page with how many timeouts there are remaining for each team. DeForest hasn't used one of theirs, and now the referee and one of the other officials going over to the DeForest sideline on the far side, trying to talk to the coaching staff over there. Once things are set and figured out, it'll be 1st and goal at the 6, and they are now as Sun Prairie West has 1 timeout to go. Rhodes in the pistol, one receiver to his left, that's Updike. Wilson comes into motion, handoff up the middle to Asaba, and he maybe gets a yard. So that gets the clock moving, 2nd and goal. They'll say no gain. So it stays at the 6 for the Wolves. So we're down to 56 seconds to go. Rhodes in the pistol, one receiver to his right. He's looking to throw, rolls out to the right. He's got pressure coming, throws it with a man on his back. It's incomplete. That was Tucker Grundall there. Was trying to get the sack, but couldn't pull down the 6'5", 215-pound senior quarterback. 3rd down and goal now, 43 seconds to go. Dennis, is this 2-down territory if you're Sun Prairie West?
Yeah, I think so. They've got a field goal kickers. What's he made so far here?
Paul Franks. He's 6 of 9.
Yeah, but you want to get some points on the board. I guess it depends if they think they've got a play that can get them what they need. Otherwise, take the 3, and you get the ball to start the second half.
Unsurprisingly, Dennis, I love touchdowns. I don't want to see field goals.
Yep.
So I'd like to see them try and go for it. Rhodes in the pistol, one receiver to his right. Asaba, the handoff up the middle, moving the pile, keeps his legs moving, but they'll mark him down at the half-yard line. 30 seconds now as the clock keeps moving. 4th and goal at the 1.
You got a timeout to use here?
The offense is going to stay out there. They do have a timeout to use, and head coach Josh O'Connor hasn't used it yet. We're down to 18 seconds, 16 seconds. The offense still hasn't gotten to the ball. 12, 11, 10. And now they'll use the timeout with 8 seconds left. So I was very confused at first.
I thought they were going to have a delay a game here. That's where they had to call the penalty.
Well, and Josh O'Connor, this was, I think, a brilliant move on his part. Run the clock down to 8 seconds because either you're turning the ball over on downs or you're getting a touchdown. So why not run the clock down, make this the last play of the half? That's exactly what he did to call his final timeout. So Sun Prairie West has no timeouts now remaining as we are
just not having the clock, the play clock on the field.
Yeah.
We don't know how close they were to getting a delay a game penalty.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you want to run it down, but you got to be very careful if you don't have that time figured out.
So 8 seconds to go in the first half. We have a 4th and goal at the 1. Sun Prairie West trying to cut this down to a 1-score game going into the locker room at half. The senior quarterback Brady Rhodes looking to try and maybe get his 7th passing touchdown of the season on this 4th and goal. He'll be in the pistol. He has one receiver to his right. That's Updike, wide right. Rhodes in the pistol. Chin-eye snap. Hands off up the middle. Ian Ackley lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolves, with 4 seconds to go in the first half.
Oh, there it goes.
And that's a big enough play for the Dean to howl. Ian Ackley scores his 2nd touchdown of the season.
Big play, and Rhodes was right behind him with his hand in his back, kind of directing him. Like
it was almost like
right
the
here.
tush-push.
Yes, there you go. Not like he needs any help at all, but
why not get an extra 215 pounds behind your 215-pound running back? Paul Franks on for the extra point, and that is through the uprights and good. 14-7, our score. Sun Prairie West makes it a 1-touchdown game as we are close to the end of the first half of action here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. So, Dennis, we kept talking about it in this first half. Sun Prairie West not stringing together positive plays. They're finally able to do it, and they get 7 on the board and make this a 1-score game.
11 plays, 80 yards, and 3:21 left. 4 seconds to go there, but very, very good job. And one of the keys on this was Isaac Asaba, a 6-foot, 190-pound senior who wasn't playing much until Coppinen went out. And you talk about the next man in. He's done a great job. He had 44 rushes and 4 receptions, but tonight he is the #1 running back for them.
Paul Franks gets the ball set for the kickoff. As it's Morrison and Rogala back to return for DeForest with 4 seconds to go. And they're setting up, almost expecting a squib kick, and that's what it is, but the ball rolls out of bounds. That was do you want to call it a heads-up play from the special teams unit, or dangerous for DeForest to not try and touch that ball? Yeah. It was a hard-kicked ball from Franks, but it went straight out of bounds.
You're hoping somebody touches it so then the clock can just expire. But now DeForest is going to get a chance for one play.
And
why not?
DeForest does have the big play ability. We talked about it before the game. I mean, they had scored 62 points in a 70-62 loss at Monona Grove just back on September 22nd. But after this kick going out of bounds now, they're going to have a 1st and 10 at the 36. Excuse me, the 35. The marker on the far side of the field was at the 36. They had to move it back a yard. Mitchell in the pistol, receiver to each side. Knee-high snap, looking to throw, fires it deep down the field to Powers on the far side, but it's over his head, incomplete. The clock reads 000 as we close the first half of action. 14-7, our score at the half. The DeForest Norskies leading the Sun Prairie West Wolves, as it is Sun Prairie West's homecoming tonight. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you're going to hear some scores from around the area from our studio anchor, Riley Yauk, and then that'll give Dennis Sumrow some time to tabulate some first half stats. But Dennis, just some quick thoughts on overall this first half.
Huge drive there at the end of the first half for Sun Prairie. Their defense has come up with a couple big plays, a fumble recovery, and then a big goal line stand. And then offense able to take advantage of it. You know, you had that goal line stand with a missed field goal. Mm-hmm. It could have been a 3-score game here, but Sun Prairie West backs against the wall. Now you come out in the second half. You got the kickoff. Maybe you can tie it up here, and then it's a ball game.
14-7 our score at the half. DeForest leading Sun Prairie West. Like I said, when we come back after a quick break, Riley Yauk with scores from around the area at the half, as you are listening to and watching Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
Madison athletes seeking elite training need to get started today at Total Athlete Performance. TAP is here to serve and educate the serious athlete with speed, agility, and semi-private training options. Sessions are now available in both Windsor and the new TAP facility inside the Verona Athletic Center. Also access remote training plans anytime, anywhere with the Total Athlete Performance app. Visit tapwisconsin.com for sign-up info, including monthly payment options. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Madison Computer Works knows using computers is more dangerous than ever. Scammers try to scare you and steal your information or money. Emails try to phish your login and password. Online pop-ups and messages try to trick you, telling you there's something wrong with your computer, even when there's not. Madison Computer Works can protect you from these threats. Our computer care plans help stop the scammers and fix your computer problems. Call 608-231-8000 for the computer support you deserve. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
The Prairie Athletic Club offers more for your money than any other health club in the area. Train in CrossFit, Pilates, hot yoga, and over 150 group fitness classes organized per week. Or upgrade to the PAC's new Platinum membership for unlimited access to these sessions, along with Training Zone and Boot Camp classes. Then get outside at the Dolphins Cove Water Park and the Prairie Pines Golf Club in Sun Prairie. Call, stop by, or visit prairieathletic.com today. Prairie Athletic Club, family, fun, and community.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and is expanding to Milwaukee. As a local company headquartered in Verona, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio. The 5-0 second-ranked Michigan Wolverines head to Minneapolis to face the Minnesota Golden Gophers, who are 3-0 at home. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
All I need's a little love in my life. All I need's a little love in the dark.
Welcome back to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. My name is Riley Yauk here in the Everlight Solar Studios back in Madison. And without further ado, let's head around the area, check in on some other notable games. As starting in the Big 8, unfortunately, it's been a little bit of a struggle to find some of these. I'm missing 5 right now of the games I listed at the start. So no update for you on Janesville Parker at Madison East. Again, I will do my darndest to fix that for you by the end, but no update for you on that one. Madison La Follette getting absolutely shellacked right now by Madison Memorial, Val Phillips Memorial, to be more precise. Memorial's up 49-0 at halftime in that one. Middleton, not quite as much success, but still shutting out the Madison West Regions. They're up 16-0 at halftime. And finally, the 8th-ranked Verona Wildcats up 14-7 at Monterey Stadium over Janesville Craig. Moving on to the Badger Large, Oregon. The Panthers looking like they're upset hungry. Up 7-0 over the Golden Beavers of Beaver Dam. You can listen to that on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam or watch it on YouTube. And the Panthers currently outgaining the Beavers 222-37. Craziness out in Beaver Dam. And number 4 ranked Wanakee is having their way with my Milton Redhawks right now as I sit here kind of sad in my Milton Redhawks baseball jersey. They're up 35-0. Also at halftime, they scored 21 points in the second quarter. A game I missed. I didn't mention this at the top of the broadcast, but yesterday the Badger Large had a game. Sun Prairie East, the Cardinals defeated the Watertown Goslings by a score of 49-20. In the Badgers Small, no update for you on Monona Grove Portage, which is a little surprising. Usually I can find the Monona Grove games fairly easy, but nothing doing there. Number 10 ranked Mount Hora Barneveld up 14-7 over the Stoughton Vikings. Currently looking like they're going to be the ones to keep their name. Stoughton might have to change it if it stays looking like this. Sauk Prairie up 21-7 over the Blackhawks of Fort Atkinson. That game is approaching halftime, not quite there yet. And the game you're listening to right here, Badger crossover, Deforest up 14-7 over the Sun Prairie West Wolves, who scored just before halftime to trim the deficit to a touchdown. And before we continue, let me just tell you about my friends over at GRB Academy, as it is baseball for the serious player. GRB Academy wants to be a part of your plan to reach your potential. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility, 14 batting cages, and 6,000 square foot weight room. Goodness, Personal lessons are available all year round with over 300 college players and over 150 D1 players. GRB led the way in the Midwest for college recruitment and player development. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. Now, let's move on to the Capital Conference. Unfortunately, no update for you on the L-Cats of Lake Mills over the Trojans of Beloit Turner. If I had to throw a guess out there, I'd say Lake Mills probably winning over the winless Trojans, but hey, I don't know. Moving on, the 6th-ranked Columbus Cardinals actually losing to Lakeside Lutheran, 14-7 they trail at halftime. And Lodi, the other ranked team in the Capital Conference, undefeated on the year, not struggling whatsoever with New Glarus Monticello. They are dominating 34-0. Running clock coming out of the half in that one. And last and kind of least, as I have no update for you on Madison Edgewood playing host to Walworth Bigfoot. Moving on to the Eastern Suburban Conference, only one update for you in this one, as I cannot find Cambridge at Markesan. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Shout out Jesse Nelson for sending me the correct pronunciation. If I'm wrong again, feel free to correct me. Number 10, Marshall. Nothing doing against Palmyra Eagle. No update for you there. I apologize. And finally, Waterloo. The Pirates up 18-7 over the Clinton Cougars at halftime. Even though Clinton has over 200 yards of rushing, not much to show for it in that one. And finally, in the Rock Valley Conference, the McFarland Spartans throwing up a goose egg against the Whitewater Whippets. They're up 20-0. That one was approaching halftime just a minute or so ago. If I had to guess, it would be at half now. So with that, that will do it for me for your area update. Hopefully, you learned a little something, and now you are more informed. You are listening to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. When we return, it'll be back to the Dean, Dennis Semrau, and Hunter Vaughn in Sun Prairie. Once again, you are listening to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Hey everyone, Molly Brown from ESPN Madison here. For the best Southwestern food in the Madison area, it's always Pasquale's Cantina for me and my family. Whether I'm enjoying my favorite taco salad, their awesome chips and guac, or one of their famous burritos, Pasquale's is the best for authentic Southwestern fare. Visit one of their locations in Verona or Middleton today, or check out their menu and order online at pasqualescantina.com.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business. With competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is an exciting place to grow your career. Join the collaboration, innovation, and dynamic team atmosphere at Stoughton Trailers, with positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, supply chain, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
Brian here from Canopy Wealth Management. At Canopy, we commit to full transparency in everything we do. Because we're a fiduciary, we strive for the highest industry standards and honor our ethical duty to put your best interests first. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape, creating a personalized wealth management experience. Care, competence, and clarity isn't just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen, UW-Madison alum. Listen to me every day from 5 to 9 and join my fellow Badgers, Brad Nortman and Ben Bruss, with Kyle Wallace every day from 2 to 4 on 100.5 ESPN.
14-7, our score at the half. The Deforest Norskies leading the Sun Prairie West Wolves. I'm Hunter Vaughn here with the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Sumrow. And Dennis, we just heard Riley Yauk going over some of the area scores back at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And I hate to do this to Riley, but I got to call out his effort here. He mentioned the Edgewood Crusaders. They're hosting Bigfoot right now over at Brees Stevens Field. For those of you who aren't familiar with downtown Madison and that Isthmus area, Brees Stevens Field is literally across the street from our studios. He could walk over there and find out the score. I'm a little disappointed in your effort, Riley. So we'd like to have a final score from that one, considering it is quite literally just a walk across the street. And I know East Wash is a busy street in Madison, but I think you'll be able to handle it to get us a score on that game. But here in Sun Prairie, DeForest leads 14-7 at the half on Sun Prairie West. And we saw a really great drive to end that first half from Sun Prairie West, but DeForest has really been the one to have a lot of the big plays so far.
Yeah, Grundle, 4 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. He ended up with a 31-yarder and a 19-yarder in the first half, a couple biggies. And then you look at offensively, pretty close until, well, it wasn't until our last drive. Sun Prairie West now has 105 yards of offense, but 70 of them were in that last drive. They had some penalties, and they had a couple of bad snaps that gave them some negative yardage. But no outstanding individual performances, just kind of a good slugfest back and forth, a good Badger conference game. We were joking, we just had the coaches clinic for the basketball coaches up in the Dells, and was joking with a couple coaches about that 70-62 game, that the football team's probably going to outscore the basketball teams because first team to 50, it's such a physical game. Well, that's what we're getting tonight, and actually Sun Prairie West last week won a 14-7 game.
Yep.
So they've been pretty efficient in some of those lower scoring games. I expect for DeForest to make a couple of adjustments, try to break it open here. But this is the closest. Well, it was, 9-0? West was down in one game last year, and then that 38-0 win that DeForest broke it open in the fourth quarter. But right now, Sun Prairie West gets the second half kickoff. These first 4 minutes are important. If they can score and get a stop, the old saying is, watch out for the underdog. You let him hang around long enough, he's going to bite you in the butt. And right now, the Wolves are the underdogs, especially after how they got outscored last year in those two games.
Yeah, again, those two games last year, first they met back in October, 38-0. DeForest took down Sun Prairie West. And then level one of the playoffs, 53-6. DeForest winning over Sun Prairie West. It's 14-7 here at the half for us on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, and for nearly 50 years, Zimbrick Honda has provided the Madison area with quality Honda vehicles. The trusted staff of Zimbrick Honda's used car dealership will save you time and reduce your car buying stress by finding the vehicles that match your style. If you're in the market for a new Honda or a used Honda, visit Zimbrick Honda in Madison today or online at ZimbrickHonda.com.
Think about it, that one touchdown the Sun Prairie West has got. That's one more point than they scored last year in the 2 games. So, yeah.
Well, and that's got to be a great feeling for this program. You know, in case you're maybe not from the Madison area or you don't follow high school football very closely, Sun Prairie itself used to just be the Sun Prairie Cardinals. It was one of the biggest schools in the state. They realized Sun Prairie was still growing, so they split the schools in half, and we went east and west. East stayed the Cardinals, west now the Wolves. This is only the second year in the program, and Josh O'Connor, in his second year, he's at 10-7 as a coach. They're 5-2 right now on this season, so he's done a great job, which isn't always easy if you're going to all of a sudden be a brand new school and you've got to take guys who maybe weren't getting a lot of playing time. You're putting in a different system than what East had always run. So it's been a great job for this program.
Yeah, and except for Wanakee and Sun Prairie East, West has been competitive with every team on their schedule.
Ugaldi kicking off for DeForest from left to right. Wilson lets the ball go through his hands and into the end zone for a touchback.
And DeForest, that's all you can ask for. Make Sun Prairie West have to go 80 yards, which they just did. Can they duplicate it here on their first drive of the second half?
And especially you don't want to let Daniel Wilson get the ball into his hands. Last week, he had 6 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown in that 14-7 win over Beaver Dam. 49 of those came on 1 touchdown run. Brady Rhodes in the pistol, 3 receivers to his left. Single running back directly behind him. Handoff up the middle to Asaba, dances around, and picks up 2 on first down. 2nd down and 8 now. We're going to see a lot more of Isaac Asaba going up the middle. As again, we talked about it in the first half, that senior running back Ian Ackley not getting as much playing time offensively just because of how great he's been at linebacker. They want to try and keep him fresh on defense to try and slow down this DeForest offense. 2nd down and 8 after the carry by Asaba. Rhodes again in the pistol. 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. He looks back at Asaba. Now gets the chest high snap. Quick screen to the near side to Wilson. Wilson turns up and he dances around. Has nowhere to go. Loses a yard on 2nd down to make it 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Wilson came in as one of the leading rushers and receivers on the team out of the backfield, but not a lot of action tonight. He might be banged up a little bit, and also Asaba's stepped forward, had a couple of nice carries too.
After the completion, it's 3rd down and 8, so they'll say no gain on that quick pass to Daniel Wilson Jr. They'll stay with a 4-receiver set, 2 to each side of the formation for Rhodes. Rhodes looks to his right, throws quickly, and it's underthrown, incomplete. Wanted to get it to Ian Ackley, but it was at his feet. 4th down and 8 with 10:31 to go. We have a whistle as a player is down on the field for Sun Prairie West. So the trainers will go out to take a look at him with 10:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. DeForest leading 14-7. And this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, also brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Pop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. UW Credit Union is proud to support all the area's student athletes. Make sure to listen every week to hear who the student athlete of the week is. As the trainers look after the injured player down on the field again. 14-7 our score here in the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a quick break while the trainers look after the injured player. 14-7 our score again here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
Coming with the Wisconsin Badgers at Camp Randall Stadium. Now is your chance to be there when the Badgers take the field on October 7th against Rutgers. With multiple sold-out games this season, it's time to act fast and lock in your spot for game day. For more information and to purchase your Wisconsin football tickets, visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. That's uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS.
Tired of power outages disrupting your life? Make them a thing of the past by getting a Generac home standby generator from Adams Generators. Adams Generators is the largest and #1 rated Generac dealer in Wisconsin. With 24/7 emergency support, our factory-trained technicians are standing by to assist you. Visit adamspower.com/generators to make sure your power always stays on. That's adamspower.com/generators.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
The injured player was helped off the field for Sun Prairie West. They punted on 4th down. The ball hit at the 50 and rolls to near the 40. Touchdown at the 42 of DeForest. That's where they'll start with the ball to begin their second half. So Deforest Norskies leading by 7, 14-7, able to get a stop on defense, and now they start with great field position.
Yeah, 36 yards on that punt. Not quite able to flip the field here.
1st and 10. Mitchell hands off to Carter. Carter wanted to go up the middle. He's hit in the backfield, able to get away from the defender and get forward for a pickup of a yard on 1st down.
Both teams playing strong defense against the run tonight. A lot of bodies, a lot of helmets on the ball. And we haven't seen any really big runs from the run. It's been through the air tonight.
After the gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 at the 43, going left to right. Ball is in between the 2 hash marks. Mitchell gets the chest high snap, fires to Powers across the middle. Powers is hit at the 50 and brought down by a trio of Wolves. But we have a flag.
Well, I've been pretty lucky tonight on the penalty flags, but
yeah,
here we
especially
go.
compared to last week with our Sauk Prairie Monona Grove.
When in doubt, blow a whistle. That was the philosophy, I think, last week.
Well, the penalty is going to go against the DeForest Norskies.
An illegal block there.
I think so. I think the receiver got into one of the defenders as they tried to get.
Nope. They're going to call
a legal procedure penalty. See, and that's what I get for trying to assume what the officials are going to do, Dennis. Every single time I do it, every single time, I'm wrong. I need to just be patient, just slow down, wait for them to give the call, and then I can say what happened.
You're not a betting man, are you?
Well, I am a big fan of prize picks, so it isn't just straight up betting. It's the over-under for player props. I am a big fan of that, but no, especially considering it's not legal in the state of Wisconsin. 9:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, 14-7 DeForest up. After the penalty, it's 2nd and 14. Chest high snap to Mitchell, looking to his left. He's going to fire deep down the field. He's got Grundle at the 40, 35-30, and pulled down out of bounds at the 27. Tucker Grundle showing up again here in the second half. He had a big first half, scoring one of the touchdowns. It was the first score of the game, and then had a number of great completions to set up that 4-yard touchdown run late in the first quarter. And he's back at it again as we're inside 9 minutes to go. Ball spotted at the 29.
34 yards on that catch.
2 receivers to the right, handoff to the right to Carter. Carter just bouncing off of tackles, keeps following his blockers, and he gets inside the 25 at the 24. Pickup of 5 on 1st down, 2nd down and 5 now after the run by Jalen Carter.
Yeah, Grundle now 5 catches for 94 yards. Going to surpass 100 probably with his next one. And then come right back to the run game with a nice run-off tackle here for Jalen.
2nd and 5 for Mitchell. Chest high snap, looks to the right, quick throw to Glenn. Glenn hit right away inside the 20. Looks like they'll spot him at the 19. It's going to be close to a 1st down. They will give DeForest 1st down yardage. Chain's taking a little bit of time on that far sideline to get moving, as the official was saying, go ahead, it's a 1st down, get moving. It's 1st and 10 at the 19 of the Wolves as DeForest goes from left to right. Glenn, single receiver, split out wide to the left. Powers wide to the right. Mitchell in the pistol. Knee-high snap. Play action. Rolls to his left. Fires on the run. He has Accardi at the 10. Accardi stiff arm at the 6. Brought down at the 4. First and goal, Norskies. Jackson Accardi gets his first reception of the game inside 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. DeForest trying to make this a 21-7 game.
And it's a big one. 14 yards and a first and goal.
They'll mark him down at the 5. First and goal at the 5 for the Norskies. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. They're tight to the formation. High snap to Mitchell. Mitchell takes it to his left, cuts up field. He's hit at the goal line, and he is in. Touchdown, Norskies. 7:28 to go in the third quarter, and it's a 5-yard touchdown run for the senior quarterback, Max Mitchell. His second touchdown run of the season.
A high snap. When he landed, he looked to his left, wide open there. By the time they filled, he was inside the 1 and powered his way into the end zone. Big play. A good 3 and out and a touchdown right away for DeForest. So immediately taking charge here in the second half.
That was some great blocking by Anthony Glenn, the receiver to that left side, able to seal off the left edge. The extra point is through the uprights and good. 21-7 our score after the 5-yard touchdown run from the quarterback, Max Mitchell. DeForest leads 21-7 with 7:28 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
There is a huge WIAC football matchup this Saturday in Whitewater. Be there as the UW Whitewater Warhawks host UW Lacrosse at Perkins Stadium. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. and it is the annual Family Fest game with activities on campus beforehand. Get tickets now at uwwsports.com or day of while tickets last. Experience national championship level college football that won't cost you hundreds of dollars this Saturday when the Warhawks welcome the Eagles at 1 p.m. Warhawk football powered by tradition.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
21-7 now our score after the 5-yard run from quarterback Max Mitchell.
6 plays, 59 yards, 2:52 time of the drive. And right away a defensive stop and then punched one in. And Norskies obviously saying, you might have got that touchdown on us, but we know you're there.
Ugaldi kickoff, high end over end. Wilson at his own 6 up the middle. Wilson has blockers. Wilson, he's across the 25, 30, 40. Stiff arm at the 45, midfield, 45, 40, and out of bounds at the 37. So a big return from the track star Daniel Wilson Jr. to get into DeForest territory.
24 Carter Giese with that stop there. That was a touchdown. Connor Giese, rather. That was a touchdown-saving tackle. Just got him so he stepped out of bounds. He had one more step there, and I think he was going to outrun the defense.
So Sun Prairie West trying to answer that touchdown drive that DeForest just had to keep this a 1-score game with 7:18 remaining in the third quarter. The Wolves of Sun Prairie West going from right to left on your radio dials. Brady Rhodes in the pistol, single receiver to his left. Wilson comes into motion. Ackley gets the handoff coming over to the left. Ackley cuts up field, and he is brought down by his ankles at the 34.
See, he's a battering ram there. Just get him the ball and puts his head down and gets that those feet moving, and he has a load to bring down.
Wolves quickly back up to the line, and then they check their wristbands on their left arms to get the play. 2 receivers to each side of the formation for Rhodes. Rhodes looking to pass, fires quickly to the near side. Wilson at the 30, and he's spun down right there at the 30 by Carter Morrison as well as Cullen Kirchberg.
Yeah, Sun Prairie West, that 57-yard kickoff return ignited this offense here for the Wolves.
3rd down and 2 after the completion. Rhodes again hands it off to Ackley to the left side. Ackley inside the 20, 5, has enough for the first down, brought down at the 23. Pickup of 6, and it's a 1st and 10 Wolves. Wolves going quickly again on offense. They'll take a couple of steps over to the near sideline to get the play, and then they go right back into the formation. Rhodes in the pistol, 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Holds his hands up in front of his chest, gets the chest-high snap. Fires quickly to Ackley on the right. Ackley trying to break a tackle. He does. Ackley dancing around 20, 15, 10. Brought down from behind. Inside the 10 and out of bounds is Ian Ackley. So he kept saying that they were keeping Ackley off the field early, but now we've seen 2 big plays from the star, Ian Ackley.
Got to get your studs out there, and obviously you can see the energy he brings to this team. Kickoff return did get him going, but he is getting the tough yards here between the tackles, and now coming out of the backfield. A nice catch, 1st and goal.
At the 8 with 5:55 to go in the third quarter. Rhodes throwing pressure in his face across the middle. Incomplete. Had about 4 receivers he could have thrown it to there. And it went over the head of all of them and incomplete. 5:50 now on the clock. After that incompletion, it's 2nd and goal at the 8. Ball spotted on the far right hash mark. So Rhodes has his play. So he brings the offense back up to the line. Updike will be split out wide to the left with Wilson slot left. 2 receivers to the right of the formation for Rhodes. Rhodes, quick pass to the near side. He's got Wilson at the 4. Wilson splits the defenders and takes it in. Touchdown, Sun Prairie West.
That was a little icky shuffle back in the Cincinnati Bengals days. A little stutter step. Boom, right between the defenders. Beautiful catch and run.
And this was the Daniel Wilson drive. He had the big kickoff return and a couple of great receptions to get into the end zone with 5:45 now left in the third quarter. Frank's extra point is good. 21-14 now. Sun Prairie West trails by 7 with 5:45 remaining in the third quarter here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, who has a balanced approach to help you guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, they will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward to help achieve your goal with confidence. At Canopy Wealth Management, they believe that values matter in strengthening the community. When you work with Canopy, care, competence, and clarity isn't a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. So the Wolves of Sun Prairie West able to answer the touchdown from Deforest and keep this a 1-touchdown game, Dennis.
Yeah, 93 seconds to go. 6 plays, 37 yards. And you mentioned it was Ackley had 2 carries and a reception, and then Wilson the kickoff return and 2 receptions, the final one for the touchdown. So nice little backfield there. Asaba was getting some tough yards early, and now you got the battering ram and then the fleet of foot Wilson. Nice combination out there.
It's a thunder and lightning combo for the Wolves that get them into the end zone. Frank's line drive kick. And that's scooped up by Rogala. Rogala at his own 10 and then brought down hard at the 22. Isaac Asaba with the huge hit on the kick coverage.
Making him pay for some of the hits he took as a ball carrier when you're on defense. Boom, that brought the hammer. That brought the hammer.
You know, I know a lot of players are going to say, oh, if I'm playing both ways, I don't really think about that kind of stuff. But I really think they do. And now we have a whistle and an official pointing up to the sky over this left end zone, trying to look and bend over to see what is going on above us. I didn't see any lightning.
No, there's not. Nobody's got a. Kind of a machine. No.
There is a drone up above us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So they had to ask the
yeah.
drone to move further back. 1st and 10 at their own 23 for DeForest. Now that the drone is out of the way. Carter handoff up the middle. Across the 25, brought down by a trio of defenders at the 27.
We have ourselves a ball game here. This is a nice way to start out. We had a 3 and out, now back-to-back touchdowns. Now the Norskies say, let's see, punch, counter punch, come back with another one.
As they try to do that after a 3-yard carry from Jalen Carter on 1st down, 2nd and 7, line of scrimmage at the 26. Mitchell in the pistol, deuces to his right, no receivers to the left. Looking to pass to his left. He's going to fire it deep down the field. He has Glenn open. Glenn diving, incomplete through his hands. Just a little too far out in front of Anthony Glenn, or that would have been 6. He had about 4 steps on the nearest defender.
3rd time tonight they've had somebody wide open, running free, but not able to hook up there.
Now, is that something, if you're this offense, you just keep trying to take these deep shots, given that these receivers have just been blowing past the secondary, even though Mitchell hasn't been quite able to connect on every one of them?
Yeah, you've got the skilled players out there, so, and the confidence in the quarterback.
Mitchell, play action, pressure coming. He wanted to throw, has to pull it down, and he's spun down for a sack. A pair of Wolves bring him down. And it's
Jackson
4th down.
Johnson, 66. And I believe that was Aiden Riddle, 21 on the sack. But 66, Johnson had him by the jersey and almost body slammed him. He was not getting out of the grasp.
It's 4th and 15 now. The Wolves, again, not putting anybody back to return. Aker, a high spiraling kick, bounces at the 46, takes a DeForest roll, and is touchdown at the DeForest 49. So they aren't able to flip field position. And Dennis, I'm going to bring them up again. Those Canopy Wealth Management keys to success. Number 3 for the Sun Prairie West Wolves, win field position, and they just did it right there as they start with a 1st and 10 at the 49.
Yeah, that sack was big, -8. Not for the sack. The ball's probably going to start in Sun Prairie West territory. Instead, Forest, 49 yards away. If they don't pull this one out, Coach O'Connor's going to be thinking about that first turnover where they got the ball on the 25, got no points out of that possession. Weren't even able to get into the red zone on that series. But here, a lot of confidence with that first touchdown drive of the second half, and see if the Wolves can pull even on this drive.
And start 1st and 10 at the DeForest 49, going from right to left. Pitch to Koppinen to the right. Koppinen turns upfield, 45, close to the 40. It's going to be a pickup of about 8 on 1st down for Keon Koppinen, the 5'8", 170-pound senior running back. And he actually stepped out a little further back than I thought. He's out at the 42.
He was injured against Wanakee and ended up missing the Beaver Dam game last week. But back in the lineup, it's 3 rushing touchdowns.
Handoff to Ackley to the left. Ackley has running room, and he's brought down by his ankles at the 35. A touchdown-saving tackle, but there is a flag.
We've not had a holding penalty tonight, by the way.
Well, I think that's what we're getting right here, and it is.
First one.
I mean, I'm going to give you that one, Dennis, but the flag did come from behind the play about 99% of the time.
I didn't see it. I was just thinking, wow, we haven't had a holding penalty. I look up and then there it is.
You're just trying to look like you're smarter than me. I get it.
I get it,
Dennis.
I'm just saying, how did we have last week?
What did we stop counting at? 15 flags?
MG had 15 penalties by themselves last week. We had over 20 in that game. Yeah, that's. I wasn't thinking anything other than I'm thinking of last week to this week. That it's been a relatively clean game.
It has.
Which you like.
Inside 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, DeForest leads 21-14. After the penalty, it's 2nd and 13 on their own 48. Rhodes wants to throw, pressure coming, has to just throw it away. He was still inside the pocket, didn't have a defender anywhere close, And the flag does come out for intentional grounding.
Yep, here it is. Loss of down and a penalty.
And again, the other key for Sun Prairie West, limit the mistakes. When they've limited the mistakes, they drive right down the field, get themselves touchdowns. But when they have had some of these penalties and mistakes, it has not gone well for them, as it so far on this drive has not. They started at the DeForest 49, and the line of scrimmage is now going to be back at, as we watch the sticks move back, it will be back at the 43, their own 43, for a 3rd down and 18. Rhodes will be in the pistol, 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Coppin, the running back, directly behind him. Rhodes looks to the left, and it's intercepted. Kirchberg gets the interception. He's across midfield and brought down at the 45. A huge play on defense for the defensive back, Cullen Kirchberg, to get the turnover for the Norskies.
Pick that off on the 43, so a return of 10 yards on that play. Our first interception tonight, either team.
And that's the 5th interception on the season for Sun Prairie West's quarterback, Brady Rhodes.
Now DeForest with a chance to make this a 2-score game again.
3:38 remaining in the 3rd quarter, up 21-14. Mitchell in the pistol, trips to his left, hands it off to Carter to the right. Carter at the 40 and is tripped up and brought down close to the 1st down marker inside the 40. It needed to get to the 37. And it looks like they'll give him a pickup of 9 on 1st down, 2nd and 1 now after the 9-yard carry from Jalen Carter.
You know, they just put Grant Johns 32 up on the scoreboard.
Mitchell in the gun, chin high snap, gives it to Carter again to the right. There's a flag coming in from behind the play. Carter spun down and brought down hard by Jackson Johnson, the junior defensive end, but I think this is going to back up DeForest as the first flag came from behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep, another hold.
And it is a holding penalty against the Norskies. This is just as we talk about how it's been a clean game, Dennis. Now we start to see those flags come out.
Grind to a halt.
The holding penalty backs it up to a 2nd down and 11. Line of scrimmage at the 48 now. They need to get to the 37 for a 1st down. 4 receivers set for Mitchell. 2 receivers to each side, tight to the formation. Waist high snap. Mitchell wants to throw, rolls to his left to buy time. Has Johnson coming, throws, and it's incomplete off the hands of Anthony Glenn. Would have been about a 20-yard gain if Glenn had been able to get both hands on that ball, but he couldn't. So it's incomplete, and 3rd and 11 now.
Yeah, running free in the secondary. Scramble to the left. Tough throw to make off that front foot there.
3rd and 11, 2:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, DeForest leads 21-14.
Fans are howling, trying to get the defense fired up. And here we go, the student section chanting defense.
Sun Prairie West looking to not have any points go on the board following that interception and get a stop here. 3rd and 11. A big 3rd down for Sun Prairie West. Mitchell in the pistol, brings Powers into motion, play action, throws quickly to Glenn. Glenn trying to get upfield. He's inside the 35, still moving, and now they'll blow the play dead as his forward progress stops at the 42. So it's 4th down, pickup of 6 on the play. 4th down and 5. The offense is going to stay out there as they are into Sun Prairie West territory. The Norskies going from left to right. With 2:11 to go, the clock starts to run now. 4th down and 5. Line of scrimmage, or the 1st down marker, at the 37. 4 receiver set, chest high snap. Fires quickly to Grundle. Grundle has the 1st down, stiff arm at the 30, and he's spun down at the 29. When the Norskies need a big play, you know who they're going to go to. It's their fullback, Tucker Grundle.
Grundle over 100 yards receiving now in the night.
And you said his next catch would get him over 100 yards as he was at 95.
Yeah, the scoreboard's employing for the fans. Waving the howl towels. Wave the towels and howl at the same time. And a few fans we could hear.
1st and 10, line of scrimmage at the 30. Ball on the far hash mark, a high snap. Mitchell able to pull it in. Mitchell looking to throw to the left, and that's batted away. He wanted his man, Anthony Glenn, but there on the coverage, breaking that pass up for the Sun Prairie West Wolves was number 6, Antonio Jackson, the sophomore DB. He has 6 broken up passes coming into tonight, making it number 7 now for the sophomore corner. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion, 1:26 remaining in the third quarter. Mitchell in the gun, 2 receivers to his right. Now he brings a running back into motion. That's Kirchberg. Kirchberg dropping the screen and has to fall on it all the way back to the 39. Loses 9 on the play. It's 3rd down and 19 now.
So technically that's a lateral behind him. So loss of 9.
So 3rd down and 19, Dennis. You asked me if I was somebody that bet a lot. If I was going to, I'm going to guess you're going to look to Tucker Grundle here on 3rd and 19.
I'd say pretty good odds. Where is he?
He is in the slot to the left as it's a 4-receiver set, 2 receivers to each side. Mitchell, and it'll be a quarterback draw up the middle, goes over to his right now, and he is hit at the 32. I think that was just a field position play on 3rd and 19.
I'm trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
So the clock is running. We're down to 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. 4th and 13 after a pickup of 6 for Max Mitchell. And the clock is still running.
Going to run it out here.
Yep, 10 seconds to go in the quarter, and the offense will just let this run down. They'll switch sides of the field before this 4th down play for the Norskies. After 3 quarters of action, 21-14, Deforest leads the Sun Prairie West Wolves. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the final quarter of action here from Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium at Ashley Field, right here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Minutes to go in the game. The Sun Prairie West Wolves trailing 21-14 here at their homecoming. Here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, I'm Hunter Vaughn, here with the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Summerow. It's 4th down and 12 for Deforest. They're going from right to left. Line of scrimmage is on the 32. They need to get to the 20. Mitchell looking to throw, lobs it up to the right side, and that's out of bounds. Incomplete, turnover on downs. The Wolves able to get a big stop to start the 4th quarter as they trail by 7, Dennis.
Back-to-back on the a punt, and now a turnover on downs. So the interception ends up not costing the Wolves other than a time about 4 minutes off the clock where they didn't have the ball. So now we're going to start out on the 32. Still, 1 touchdown to tie.
The Wolves of Sun Prairie West, they're huddled up on the near sideline, getting some direction from their coaches before they check their armbands and come out on offense.
I'm gonna jinx this right now. I'm gonna say we haven't had an overtime game this year, so
You know, Dennis, I have a 9 a.m. start for ESPN Wisconsin College game
well,
day.
I got to be at the press box, too, tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
Play action on first down. Rhodes rolling out to the near side, fires it deep down the field for Ackley, and he can't hang on to it. He nearly had the reception on the coverage. Cullen Kirchberg, who had an interception in the third quarter, able to break up that pass. 2nd and 10 now as they tried to hit Ian Ackley on the wheel route.
Smart play. He's turned around, falling backwards, got his hand out to try to get a little separation with the defensive back, and then just not able to get both hands. I mean, if he was in his footing, you can catch that. He was slapping himself in the helmet, but that was a tough play to make.
Following the incompletion, 2nd and 10 at their own 32. Rhodes in the pistol, 3 receivers to his left, pitch to the left to Asaba, and he's spun around. And the defender helping him out, spinning him up the field. Picks up about 3 on 2nd down. Following that carry from Asaba, it's 11:35 remaining in the game. Again, DeForest leads 21-14. It's 3rd down and 8 after the pickup of 2. 2 receivers to each side of the formation as Rhodes straddles the 30. Rhodes firing over the middle of the field. He's got a completion to Ackley. Ackley across the 45 has enough for the first down. All of a sudden the ball spills out, but they'll say that Ian Ackley was down. He has the first down after that completion on 3rd and 8, and we've got a fan running across the field, and nobody really cares as it's to the left end zone, and he just runs straight across and out the stadium. So I don't really know what that was about, but okay. The play continues. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 47. Chin high snap. Rhodes wants to throw. Rhodes pressure coming, and he's able to throw it away. I think they're going to say that there was a player in the vicinity. They're pointing at Daniel Wilson. So no intentional grounding for Rhodes.
It was a 13-yard completion of the previous play to Ackley. Again, big players make big plays in big games, so you're going to be seeing him around the ball a lot, and now he's not going to be leaving the field, most likely the rest of the game.
He is out there, and he'll be slot left with no receivers to the right. And Rhodes firing. He wanted to try and hit Asaba on a wheel route on that left side. It was too far over his head. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 with 11:06 to go in the game.
That was the time he played 2-step, drop back, and boom, fire it, but just a little high on the throw.
And Asaba couldn't quite get up the field in time as he was trying to. You have to get out wide first on that wheel route for the running back before you can get upfield, and just wasn't able to get out there quickly enough.
And we got a timeout.
Timeout. This is the first timeout used by the Wolves of Sun Prairie West. They have 2 more. 21-14 is our score. DeForest leading the Wolves of Sun Prairie West here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. And after the game, stick around for the Stoughton Trailers final haul. And since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business with competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities. Stoughton Trailers is an exciting place to grow your career. Join the collaboration, innovation, and dynamic team atmosphere at Stoughton Trailers, with positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, supply chain, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. On behalf of Stoughton Trailers, best of luck to all the participants in today's game. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity. And this is a big opportunity for the Sun Prairie West Wolves, as they have a 3rd down and 10, trailing by 7 with 11:06 to go in the game.
Mentioned Stoughton Trailers here. Big game for Stoughton tonight with Mount Horeb Barneveld. They need one win to get to the playoffs as well.
On third down, it's a pitch to the near side for Asaba. Asaba cuts upfield at the 50, and he's brought down inside the 45, close to a first down. Looks like it's going to be a pickup of 9, though, on third down to bring up a 4th down and 1.
Jacob Hoyer, great pursuit from the other side of the field on that play.
4th down and 1. Offense is going to stay out there. Again, Brady Rhodes, 6'5", 215. Wouldn't be surprised if he keeps it. He's got Ackley flanking him to the right, Asaba directly behind him. Ackley's going to get the handoff up the middle, and he has enough for the first down, but we have a flag on the play. We'll see what that call is, but first we have to break 10 seconds for an ID. 10 for an ID on ESPN Madison.
Hey, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Home of the Bucks.
It is.
Sunday.
Yeah, the NBA season starting up. The Bucks getting Dame time. And this penalty is going to go against.
What do you think, world championship or bust?
I mean, you trade for Damian Lillard, I would think
You better go for it.
It looks like there's a sideline warning. We haven't gotten the official signal yet.
Okay, what kind of? I was thinking, what penalty haven't we had tonight? Let's see. Let's go with the sideline warning. Nope, they are backing up.
So they are backing up
5 yards.
Sun Prairie West. So it's a 5-yard penalty. It's 4th and 6. Offense stays out. Now they'll have a 4-receiver set, 2 to each side of the formation for Rhodes. Rhodes gets an EI snap, throws quickly over the middle, and that's incomplete behind his intended receiver, Daniel Wilson. It's a turnover on downs. So the Sun Prairie West Wolves, that penalty really hurting them as, again, they had the first down with that handoff to Ackley, but then the penalty backing them up, and they can't convert on 4th down. It's a turnover on downs.
Oh, that's a crusher. Now you turn the ball over at midfield here for the Norskies.
1st and 10 at their own 49 for the Deforest Norskies, leading 21-7. So the senior Max Mitchell, the quarterback, is in the pistol, receiver to each side. He has Carter to his left. It's going to be a keeper for Mitchell to the left. Tries to get upfield, can't, and he steps out of bounds after a gain of 1 at the 50.
Yeah, ran a man in motion, and the defender for that area switched to the other side, and Mitchell took off right away. Design play.
After the keeper for Mitchell, 2nd and 9. Again, ball's on the 50-yard line on the near hash mark, going from right to left.
Here's where time becomes the enemy of Sun Prairie West. DeForest just needs to grind it out here.
Mitchell in the pistol, play action, has pressure coming, pump fakes, fires to Grundle on a screen in the flat. Grundle gets upfield, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, and they'll actually give him a yard as he fell forward. 3rd and 8 after another 1-yard gain, this time to Tucker Grundle, the senior fullback.
Once again, Ackley in the play, and Ben Bowie, number 54 as well. Prevented that from being a huge play.
3rd down and 8, 9:45 to go in the game. DeForest leads 21-14. Mitchell in the pistol, 2 receivers to each side. Mitchell looks to throw, looking to the right side, through the hands of Powers, incomplete. No, that was Otis Crawford, excuse me. So incomplete, it's a 4th down now, and the punting unit comes out. So the defense for Sun Prairie West doing their job. The offense just can't quite get anything going now in this 4th quarter, as they did have a touchdown towards the back half of the 3rd quarter that got them to this 1-score game, but haven't been able to get anything going. That was with 5:45 left in the 3rd. And again, the Wolves not going to put anybody back on coverage, as it's 4th down and 8. So Akers punt, high spiraling kick, bounces at the 21, takes a Norskies hop inside the 15, keeps on rolling to the 12. So Dennis, are you surprised we haven't seen Wilson back on any of these returns? I mean, if he's back there, calls for a fair catch, you've got 1st and 10 at your 20. Instead, you're losing 8 yards if you're the Wolves
They see something on for punt block. They've had the punt block on the last couple of times, just not able to get there quick enough. I think they were trying to create a turnover there, but again, with a big play guy like Wilson, I guess it's a strategy, something they saw on film this week, and that ends up being now you flip the field. Now it's 88 yards to go to tie this one up.
With 9:23 to go in the fourth, trailing by 7 are the Wolves. Rhodes, speed option. He'll keep it. Turn up field. 15 to the 20, close to the first down. They'll give him an 11-yard gain on the carry. 1st and 10 for the Wolves. After the run from Brady Rhodes, has a 1st and 10 at the 23. Ball's in between both of the hash marks. Going left to right are the Wolves in their light blue jerseys with the dark blue pants. Rhodes brings a running back in motion. Quick slant to Updike to the right. He's across the 30 and stopped at the 32. Gain of 9 on first down. So the offense starting to get something going. They had an 11-yard run and then a 9-yard completion, 2nd and 1 now.
Yeah, last 2 drives they've had a penalty. The first one was a holding penalty, then the interception. The last one it was the, we assume, a sideline penalty, which took them out of that 4th and 1, and then they turned it over on downs. Maybe third time's the charm here.
2nd down and 1. Rhodes in the pistol. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield. Handoff up the middle to Haney. Haney has enough for the first down and stumbles down to the 43. Gain of 5 on that 2nd down carry. New set of downs. Ball's at the 38. Rhodes again staying in the pistol. He'll have 2 receivers to each side as he straddles the 34. Looks to pass, has to step up in the pocket, rolls to his left, pressure coming, and he's brought down for a sack on the play. Number 45, Owen Veck, the sophomore middle linebacker, saw Rhodes taking off to try and run and just shot in there to get the sack.
Loss of 4, so.
2nd and 14. Clock is running. We're down to 7:15 to go in the game. DeForest up 21-7. The Norskies have led the entire game. They had a 14-0 lead after the first quarter before Sun Prairie West was able to answer with 4 seconds left. An Ian Ackley 1-yard touchdown run to make it 14-7 going into the half. Handoff on 2nd down and long. Able to pick up just a couple. Now, DeForest is saying that there's a fumble and that they recovered it, but the official is blowing the play dead after a pickup of 2 for Isaac Asaba. Makes it 3rd and 12, a pickup of 2. Line of scrimmage at the 36. First down marker is the 48.
Yeah, we're awful dangerous now to having a punt and DeForest being able to run the clock out here in the end of the game.
3rd down and 12. Rhodes, waist-high snap, pump fakes, fires deep down the field. Wanted Ackley, but it was well over his head. Ackley started up the sideline and then turned into the middle of the field, and we have a flag in the backfield. And while we wait for this call.
Roughing, no.
It looks like it was a block below the knees from Asaba that they're calling here. So the penalties declined because it makes it 4th down. And while Sun Prairie West gets set here, I have to apologize to Riley Yauk. I looked up that Edgewood Bigfoot game, and everywhere I saw it was being played at Brees Stevens Field. He ran across the street. There's nobody there.
That's right, because Bigfoot forfeited. And Edgewood, rather
Dennis,
than have
you heard me give Riley Yauk a hard time on air, and you said nothing?
No, I didn't realize it was Bigfoot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I apologize, Riley. Of course there wouldn't be anybody when there's no game happening. Morris calls for a fair catch on the punt, and it'll be a 1st and 10 at their own 28. I am so sorry, Riley.
That was on the schedule, and it wasn't marked. The schedule I had, it wasn't marked as a forfeit. But it was Bigfoot's forfeited. We talked the last couple of days. A number of teams around the state that forfeited games, and that was one of them. So yep.
I'm sorry, Riley, that you had to run across East Wash tonight to go and look.
It was just nobody there.
1st and 10 at the 35 for DeForest now following the punt. Carter on the handoff to the left, spins away from one defender. He gets across the 45 and is brought down at the 42. Pickup of 7, actually 8. 2nd down and 8 now after the carry from Carter. 2nd and 8, Mitchell in the pistol. 2 receivers to his right, single receiver to the left. Fakes the handoff to Carter, looks to throw. Screen to Grundall to the near side. Grundall stiff arm at the 45, and he's brought down right there, close to a 1st down. I think this is going to depend on the spot, but they'll give them the 1st down, so it is the 46. As DeForest goes right to left with 5:20 remaining in the game. The DeForest Norskies up on the Sun Prairie West Wolves here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Yeah, Wolves with 2 timeouts remaining. DeForest all 3. And I don't see DeForest using any of them at all. Just keep this clock running. And now they got to take time on each play.
Mitchell hands off on 1st down to Carter to the right. Carter breaking a few tackles. He's across midfield and stopped at the 48. A gain of 6 on 1st down for Jalen Carter. Carter hasn't had a big run, but he's just had a lot of those 4, 5, 6-yard carries that really set up DeForest well on from 1st down going into 2nd down as they have a 2nd and 4 with 4:30 to go. Up 7. 3 receivers to the right of Mitchell. Mitchell hands it off to Carter to the left side now. Carter breaking tackles. He's inside the 40 and down at the 39. It's a 1st down, but we have a couple of flags on the play, and it's a hold against the Norskies, so that would explain why he had so much running room to the left.
But it still takes time off the clock.
It does, as the clock will.
I'm going to mark this at the
line of scrimmage
42.
was at the 48 onto
2.
the Sun Prairie West side of the 50, and now the line of scrimmage goes back to the DeForest side, back to their own 42. 2nd and 14 now following that holding penalty against the Norskies. Mitchell in the pistol, brings Powers into motion from the left over to the right, and then fires quickly to Glenn. Again, that quick hitch to Glenn, he's able to pick up about 7. Now 3rd down and 6, inside 4 minutes to go. The Sun Prairie West players on the sideline and the coaches signaling to the fans to try and make some noise here on a 3rd down and 6. 3:35 to go in the game, 21-14. DeForest up. They'll have 4 receivers, 2 to each side for Mitchell, who straddles the 45. Mitchell drops back to pass, pump fakes, fires to the near side to Grundall, but he is stopped in the backfield. No gain, they'll lose 2 yards. 4th down and 8 coming up after that completion and a loss of 2.
Sun Prairie West timeout number 2.
Timeout for the Wolves of Sun Prairie West with 3:20 to go in the game. We're going to take a timeout along with them as you're listening to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison. The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 7th. Position players, pitchers, and catchers can showcase their skills for over 40 college coaches scheduled to attend. Registration is open to all players in the 2024 to 27 graduating years, and spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up today at grbacademy.com. That's grbacademy.com. Rays Baseball, raise your game.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
4th down and 8 with 3:20 to go. DeForest is back to punt. Nobody back to return again for the Wolves of Sun Prairie West. Nearly a high punt. Acker able to get it off, bouncing at the 35 and rolls inside the 30 down to the 29 of Sun Prairie West. 3:10 to go, trailing by 7 with 1 timeout for the Sun Prairie West Wolves.
Punt block definitely was on, so credit the Norskies' offensive line for being able to keep Wolves out of the backfield there and got the punt off. Not a big one, but still you're going to have to go 71 yards here to tie this one up.
71 yards to go, 3:10 on the clock. 21-14. Sun Prairie West has not led in this game, and the only time it's been tied was when it was 0-0. 1st and 10 at the 29, going from left to right. Rhodes, pitch, Ackley looking to throw, and he throws it back to Rhodes, who catches it in the backfield, but then it falls out of his hands. They'll say he caught it and is down at the 24. Well, loss of 5 on that trick play. The defense of of DeForest was not fooled at all. And the clock is running. We're inside 2:45.
Ackley got it, and he immediately somebody in his grill, so he had to get rid of it maybe sooner than he wanted. Rhodes was not anywhere in the clear. He wasn't able to get downfield far enough.
2nd and 14. Rhodes pitches it to the near side to Asaba. Asaba cuts up field and is stopped back at the original line of scrimmage of the 29. 3rd down and 10. Obviously, I think this is going to be 2-down territory if you're the Wolves of Sun Prairie West, so I'm going to guess here 3rd and 10. You're just trying to make this a 4th and manageable. We're down to 2 minutes to go, 1 timeout remaining. The Wolves trailing by 7. 2 receivers to each side. Rhodes fires quickly, and it's at the feet of his intended receiver, Wilson. 4th and 10 now. And there is a flag on the play.
2 minutes exactly left now, but Wolves are going to get pushed back here. All right, make the call.
Yeah, there's conversation happening with the officials at the original line of scrimmage and an illegal procedure. So
declined.
Forrest will decline it, so they'd rather have the down than the yards. Let's make it 4th and 10. Exactly 2 minutes to go. DeForest leading 21-14. Rhodes is going to be in the pistol. He's going to have 3 receivers to his left. Asaba a yard behind him as he straddles his own 25. Pressure coming. He's trying to throw it away, and he can't get a completion. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs. Huge play from this defense of DeForest, getting pressure into Rhodes' face as soon as that ball was snapped.
Carson Manthe with the blitz and nowhere to run, nowhere to hide legitimately, and then attempted to make a pass there off to the to his right, and was Swanson was at his feet. He had no chance on it. And now Norskies just need to run clock. 1 timeout remaining for the Wolves.
So the Norskies have trips bunched to the left, going from right to left. Line of scrimmage at the 29. Grundle comes into motion from the left side to the right, and there is a flag. We've got an offsides on the Wolves of Sun Prairie West. So the penalty moves it ahead 5 yards, 1st and 5, 1:55 remaining in the game. DeForest leading 21-14. Sun Prairie West only has 1 timeout remaining. We'll again go with the trips bunch to the left before they bring Grundle into motion from the left to the right. It's a handoff to Carter, and he's met in the backfield. Loses 4 yards on the play. And, of course, Ian Ackley, one of the defenders there on the stop, along with Corbin Smith, the junior linebacker. A loss of 4, 2nd and 9. 1:47 to go in the game. Sun Prairie West uses their last time out as it's 2nd down and 9. So, Dennis, with it being 2nd and 9 following that loss, if you're DeForest, do you think about running like a screen or something to get the ball in the air? And you got to try and at least get a 1st down here to ice this game away.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to put the ball in the air and have an incompletion stop the clock here either. You can run 2 plays and run maybe a half a minute off the clock. I don't think you want to try a field goal in this position either, especially because kickers only attempted 2 for the year.
I was watching Ugalde during halftime, and at least when they were going from left to right, he was hitting them from 46. So a few more yards, and they're right about into that range for a 46-yarder for Ugalde, but it's 2nd down and 9, 1:49 to go. Mitchell in the pistol, gives to Carter to the left. Carter inside the 25 and brought down at the 23. So the clock will run now after that carry from Carter. Pickup of 5, 3rd down and 4. We're inside 1:30 with the clock running. Norskies huddling up on the Wolf Head logo at the 35. They now break the huddle for a 3rd down and 4. 1:15 on the clock. Norskies lead by 7. Mitchell in the pistol, receiver to each side of the formation. Carter a yard behind him. It'll be a keeper to Mitchell. Mitchell inside the 20, breaks the tackle, 10, 5, touchdown, Norskies. Max Mitchell with the great fake and the touchdown. With 57 seconds to go, Max Mitchell puts the game on ice.
23-yard scamper, his 2nd touchdown run of the second half here. And that gives him 9 on the season. You see how dangerous he is with his feet. Once he got out to the outside there, just outraced the defense for the pylon.
Ugalde on to attempt the extra point, make it 28-14. Low snap, but it is set up. Ugalde's kick is good. 28-14. DeForest now leads by 2 scores on the Sun Prairie West Wolves after that 23-yard touchdown run from Max Mitchell. And before or after the game, Pasquale's Cantina is the perfect spot for authentic Southwest flavors right here in the Madison area. Whether it's to fuel your craving for red chile, their famous chips and fresh guacamole, or those blue corn tortilla tacos, Pasquale's is the place to enjoy time with friends and family. Visit one of their locations in Middleton or Verona today, or check out the menu and their food online at Pasquale'sCantina.com. Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest, Pasquale's Cantina.
That's the dagger there now. Sun Prairie West is going to have to score twice here in the final minute with no timeouts remaining.
So Sun Prairie West, they haven't shown an ability to really get huge chunk plays. We've seen a few 8-9 yard gains, but with this wing T offense, this is where it can really struggle When you're down, you need to get big chunk plays to try and get back into the game. Ugalde will be kicking off for DeForest from right to left. He's got the ball right on the X at the 40. High end over end kick. Wilson at his own 5 in the middle of the field. Angles to the left, now cuts back up the middle. He's across the 25 and spun down at the 28 on the far hash mark. 51 seconds now left on the clock as the Wolves trail by 2 scores, 28-14, and they have no timeouts left.
Well, coaches aren't necessarily in for moral victories, but when you were outscored the year before by 91-6, and this was basically a 1-touchdown game here the second half, outstanding improvement for the Wolves. They're not afraid of anybody. Well, maybe one at key right now.
But everybody is. Dump off to Asaba in the flat to the near side. He dances ahead down to the 35. Gain of 6. Clock is running inside 40 seconds. Wolves quickly getting back up to the line, looking at their wristbands on their arms for the play signal from the coaches on the near sideline. 25 seconds now.
Too much time.
Rhodes in the pistol. Brings a man into motion, fakes the pitch, rolls out, fires. He's got an open man. Swanson at the 45. Tries to get up ahead, but he's brought down at the 47. 12 seconds to go. The clock does stop until the chains are set. Offense moving quickly, trying to get back into formation before the chains are set and the clock runs. 10 seconds now. 8 seconds. Rhodes looking for one final heave, throws it deep down the left sideline, and that's incomplete. And the clock reads triple zeros. 28-14, our final score. The Deforest Norskies getting the road victory over the Sun Prairie West Wolves on Sun Prairie West's homecoming night. So Sun Prairie West moves to 5-3 overall. They're 3-3 on the season. Need to try and get that 4th win on the road at Oregon next week to guarantee a spot in the playoffs. DeForest moves to 500 at 4-4, and they're now 4-2 in conference play with their final game of the season on the road at an explosive Sauk Prairie team. So 28-14, our final score of the night. The DeForest Norskies coming away with the victory on the road over the Sun Prairie West Wolves. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the Stoughton Trailers final haul of the game with the Dean, Dennis Summerow. You're listening to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.
At TLC Laser Eye Centers, we know every one of our patients' journeys. Like a recent patient in Chicago. She's been wearing the same scratched frame since college. And another patient in New York City. The first time he tried putting in contacts, it took him 4 hours and lots of patience. So how do we know all this? Well, TLC isn't all about seeing. We're also about listening. We start by discussing your needs, answer any questions, or address any concerns you may have about LASIK. Then we customize your experience to you. You deserve the best LASIK doctors, the best LASIK staff, and the best LASIK experience. So book your free 20-minute virtual consultation at TLC Laser Eye Centers. And let's talk about your journey today.
Right now, TLC is offering $1,000 off their Wavelight laser when treated in October. That's $500 off per eye. So call 888-TLC-2020 or visit saveontlc.com. The doctor's choice for LASIK. Must mention this promotion and be treated in October of 2023 to qualify. $1,000 off for both eyes on standard Wavelight price. $500 off for one eye. Cannot be combined with any other offers. See details at saveontlc.com.
This is Greeny.
We all love to make fun of Hembo. Tell Bubba, as you told me, about your dinner last night.
My wife Lizzie makes a lovely penny vodka.
It's penne.
Okay, are you from Sicily?
I'm from planet Earth. No one says penny. It's not 1 cent's worth of vodka. It's penne vodka.
Tasted like it cost 1 cent.
Whoa!
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app.
Metro Kia of Madison is Madison's trusted Kia dealership, and they are home of the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service your vehicle, Metro Kia of Madison is the place to go. As always, at Metro Kia of Madison, you can enjoy 2 years of no-charge maintenance on any new vehicle. Browse their inventory and find this month's special at MetroKiaofMadison.com. That's MetroKiaofMadison.com. Find your new vehicle at your trusted Kia dealership today.
Former NFL player and Rose Bowl champion Tarek Saleh here for Carbon World Health. Carbon is much more than just another gym. They offer the best recovery in the area. Some of my favorites include red light therapy and cryotherapy. Improve your athletic performance, fitness and training results, speed up muscle recovery and reduce pain, and boost your mood with these simple and non-invasive treatments. Visit Carbon World Health today and ask for the ESPN Recovery Package. That's Carbon World Health.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our team has years of experience, which has prepared us to guide you through your life transitions and help you achieve your financial goals with confidence. We're fiduciaries and will never back gimmicks or instruments that chase single-day returns or put your long-term goals at risk. At Canopy, care, confidence, clarity isn't just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Josie's on a vacation far away.
The Deforest Norskies getting that all-important fourth conference victory tonight to move to 4-2 in conference play with a 28-14 win over the Sun Prairie West Wolves here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. And also, along with the congratulations to Deforest, congratulations to the Monroe football team, who is our September game changer of the month. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda would like to recognize the Monroe football team for their hard work in the community and their donations to Justice for a Cure. We're celebrating the best high school sports stories in the area with Game Changers of the Month. If you know of a team you'd like to recognize by ESPN Madison, nominate them at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com. That's ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com. So, Dennis, it's now time for the Stoughton Trailers final haul of the game. Let's start with the winners tonight and the road team, the Deforest Norskies.
Yeah, double checking here on my stats. 209. Yeah, you look at the big numbers. Max Mitchell, a 17-30 touchdown pass, just over 200 yards passing. The 2 touchdown runs, one to open up the second half and then one to ice it. And Grundle, who's going to be a future UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, 9 catches, 112 yards, and a score.
So a pretty good night for the fullback slash tight end.
And they were able to move the ball. Carter had a number of carries. They were able to move the ball with Carter. Mitchell lost a few on some sacks, but he got the 2 big runs, including the 23-yarder to ice it. For Sun Prairie West in the second half, they got a punt and then a touchdown, and then their last 4 possessions, interception over on downs, punt over on downs. So just not able to get that equalizer. They had their opportunities tonight, a couple of red zone misses, but after being outscored, like we said earlier, 91-6 in 2 matchups last year, these teams could meet again in the playoffs this year. That could be a different story. Last year it was 38-0 and then 53-6. Well, you look and say 2 touchdown game. The Wolves are in it right down to the end, to that last touchdown drive, which ended with 57 seconds to go. So DeForest could not breathe tonight. But they clinched now 4-2 in the conference. They clinch a playoff berth for the Wolves. they're going to close it up with Oregon, who was off to a good start tonight, but Oregon had not won a conference game coming into tonight. So Wolves got a pretty good shot, I think, of getting their fourth conference win next week. But again, you never know. The Panthers will just be playing out the string. They're done after next week, so they've got nothing to lose for their seniors. And I'm trying to see if that is a senior night. Yeah, it is at Oregon, so it'll be senior night. So I'm sure the Panthers will be pumped up under Coach Kissling.
Again, 28-14, our final score. DeForest taking down the Sun Prairie West Wolves, as this was your Stoughton Trailers final haul. And since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business with competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities. Stoughton Trailers is an exciting place to grow your career. Join the collaboration, innovation, and dynamic team atmosphere at Stoughton Trailers, with positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, supply chain, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. On behalf of Stoughton Trailers, best of luck to all the participants in today's game. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity. So Dennis, you've got an early morning, as do I, as the Wisconsin Badgers take on Rutgers. It's homecoming in Madison. With the 11 a.m. kickoff. ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day, by the way, starts off at 9 a.m. So I'll be at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Wow, don't know how I stumbled on that one. So the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And speaking of those studios, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll send it back to the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, where Riley Yauk will have hopefully some final scores from around the area. We know one that he won't have, because he even went and double-checked, will be the Edgewood Bigfoot game, as Bigfoot had to forfeit that game. And again, Riley, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry that you ran across the street to find a score for a game that was not even happening. I am
seriously ran across
sorry.
the street. Oh.
I'm proud of him for putting in the effort, because I gave him a hard time about it, but I am sorry that he had to do that for a game that wasn't even happening. I'm Hunter Vaughn, the idiot that made someone run across the street for no reason. Alongside me here at Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium at Ashley Field was the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Summerow. Want to say thank you to Primetime Ryan Wollersheim, running the video in his hopefully warm jacket. Looked a little cold tonight, but Ryan doing a great job running our video stream on ESPN Madison's YouTube. Alex Gravatt, the producer back at the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Chuck Stanger, our audio producer, and the hero of the night, the running man himself, Riley Yauk. This has been Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison.